this is the shift dress we are making, and this fabric here is on fold and it's both the front and the back together. How I got the fabric I need was that I divide the largest part of my measurement by 4 and I add 5 inches to it. So that is how I got my fabric. So the next thing I did was to bring out my bust point, my waistline and my hip line, and the full length I'm using is the full length of the Ankara fabric. So the next thing I did was to come to my shoulder line and mark out my shoulder measurement. My shoulder is 16 divided by 2 is 8, and I used 8 inches as the sleeve. Since it's going to be a cut together, I'm not going to separate it. Then the next thing I did was to place my horizontal measurement, which is my bust point measurement divided by 4. I divide it by 4 and I marked my answer, and I added 4 inches extra to it. That is for sewing allowance, for ease. And then I went to my waistline, divide my measurement by 4, and I also added 4 inches for ease as well. I also went to my hip measurement, divide it by 4. My hip measurement is 40. I divide it by 4 and it gives me 10 plus 4 inches for ease and sewing allowance as well. So at the down part, whatever I have on my hip measurement, I added 1 to it. So at the bottom part, actually I have 15 inches total. So on my bust point, I came up by 2 inches. On my bust point, I came up by 2 inches. And from that 2 inches, I came inward. I came in by 2 inches as well. That is going to serve as the curved line for the sleeve. So from that part, I'm just going to connect the lines together like this, as you see me. So at this time, I came to my shoulder measurement and I marked 3 inches at the shoulder. I came down at that point down as my neck depth, and I marked 6 inches as my neck depth, and I connect it together. So that 3 inches is actually my neck width. So for the back, I actually used 2 inches for the neck width of the back. So right now, I marked half inches for the shoulder slope. You know that our shoulder is not always straight. So I marked 2 inches for the back neckline. And so after marking the 2 inches for the back neck depth, the next thing I'll be doing is to cut it out with my scissors. So right now I'm just cutting the back neckline. And this is the shoulder slope that I'm cutting right now. And I'll just separate the front from the... Remember that the front and the back are together. So if you have watched this video to this extent, you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please tell us at the comment section that you enjoyed it. Tell us your opinion, and you can also request for any video of your choice that you want us to make video on for you. So I separate the front from the back, and I'm cutting the front neckline right now. So at this time, I'm taking the waist measurement from shoulder to waist 15 inches. That is the point that I'm going to insert the rope. And from that waistline, I came down by 2 inches, and that is the point that I'm going to insert the pocket. So right now I'm connecting my lines, and I'll do the same thing on both sides of the front since it's unfold, so that I'll have a straight line on the front. So I'll also draw the same line on the back part as well. from shoulder to waist 15 inches. So only have that 15 inches line on our back dress. So for the front we have both the pocket line and the rope line. It's only the front that we're going to separate at the center. So this is the time that I was separating the front at the middle. So right now I've separated the front part, the middle part of the front. You can see I've separated. So you can see that I've attached the shoulder line. This is it, I've attached it. So the next thing I'll be doing right now is to fold my sleeve like this, and after folding, I'll just join the sleeve together like this, and I'm going to sew it down to the hemline. So right now you can see that I've folded the sleeve and I've also joined it to the hemline on the both sides as well. So right now what I'll be doing is to measure this part that I'll be adding stripe to. So I'm going to measure it all the way to the midpoint of the back neckline. So whatever I have, I'm just going to times it into 2, and I'm going to I'm going to measure the fabric that is up to what I have by 2. So right now I have 49 inches, and I'm just going to times it into 2, or bring out the fabric that is up to 49 times 2. And the wideness of the fabric is 5 inches. But when I fold it, it becomes 2.5 inches. So right now, this is how it looks, and you can see how I'm going to attach it to the dress. Just going to place it to the dress like this and sew it round. So this is the outcome of it. You can see that I've sewn it to the dress. You can see the waistline that we marked. So right now, next what I'm doing right now is to insert the rope casing. So this is the rope casing. I used 2 inches, and when I fold it, it becomes 1 inch. So right now I'm just going to sew it, and I will top stitch later on. So I've sewn it on it, and this is the rope. I'm just going to place the rope inside the rope casing before I will top stitch, so that I won't use safety pin. But if you have safety pin, you can decide to use a safety pin after top stitching. So I will top stitch it round. So this is how the end result looks like. So you can drag it to whichever size you want right now. So make sure to leave half an inch on the band area or the strap area. So from the area that we attached the stripe, you are just going to go inward by 3.5. Don't start your measurements from the band. So from that point, I'm just going to come down by 8 inches. That is the pocket that we are trying to bring out. So just mark it straight like this. So that is the area we're going to fix the pocket. Now this is the pocket, and it's 11 by 8 inches. I'm just going to fold half inches inside and fold 1.5 inside again to form a band there. Then I'm just going to place it on that area that I've marked with half inches inside like this, and I'm going to sew it. I will sew it to the down part, then I'll also fold the down part with half inch and fold the other side with half inch again, and sew. I'll do the same thing to the both sides. So right now I'm done stitching. You can see how the pocket looks like. So this is the end of this dress. The last thing that we have right now is to join the fronts together. So what I will do is to get the shoulder measurement. From the shoulder, I'm going to mark 8 inches down. You can decide to use 9 to 10 inches. So I'm just going to mark it this way. I'm just going to mark it like this on both sides. Then I'm going to turn the fabric inside out and join the 2 points together and sew it down with half an inch. So I'm just going to sew from that point down with half an inch to the hemline. So right now I'm done sewing it. You can see how it's actually looking. So this is the outcome, guys. You can see how beautiful it looks, though the owner of this dress is bigger than the mannequin, but you can see how beautiful it looks on the mannequin. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and share, also like, subscribe, and also give us a comment at the comment section to show that you appreciate and that you love the video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.